Here we are. Here's our Blurple deck post ban restrictions. Say we've lost 2 Corsica base and replaced it with 2 white base. Other than that, we've still got, let's see here, 8 1-drops, 4 of those being the pinging gun tank. We've got 6 Rozelles. We're favoring 4 of the purple one just so it activates better with Lupus, which we're running 2 of. And we have 4 Barbados First Form, 2 Corsica base, 2 white base. 4 of Barbados Adapt, 4 Gundam, 4 Amuro, 4 Mikazuki, 3 Show of Resolve, just so we can refuel a little bit more for the late end of the game, or dig what we need early. Then we've got 4 of the blocking rebakes, 2 Gundam NT1, and then, as I said earlier, 2 Barbados Lupus. And this is what we're going to be running today, so let's see how this post-ban reserved Blurple does. We're gonna take a mulligan there. Looks a little better. We've got some earlier plays. Looks like we'll be playing second. So, start our turn. Let's get 2-2 on the field and pass. Okay. So we'll go ahead and get into the EX base here for 2. Let's get a Roselle on board. And of course, this is the Tewas version of the Roselle. It's a little bit better in this deck because we do run 2 of the Lupus, so we need that fodder in the graveyard to make him good late game. And then we'll pass it back. Okay, lift without the block. Ooh, we got some base going. Nice. Alright. So, let's see if they want to trade with a Roselle here. Looks like they're going to let us get that through. So, we'll do 2 with the gem. Let's go ahead and attack here. This will let us throw another ping there towards the blocker. And then let's go ahead and get a little bit of our Corsica base in. We'll get our tall geese and draw and pass it back. So yeah, this is the post-rotation version of Blurple. So we have lost 2 Corsica base. In this version we've replaced them with 2 white base. So let's go ahead and get in here. And that'll take care of the base. And the shields. Yeah, so essentially today we're testing just to see how much of an impact losing the 2 Corsica base made on the deck. I think it's still, you know, it's still a solid choice. Let us, yeah, maybe a little awkward, but down here, gonna get rid of this. And that'll let us get in another shield here without losing our tall geese. And right back to another base. So opponents definitely on white blockers. We're running our gamma base here. Can't receive effect damage, so they're trying to kind of prep against burst, or not burst, but oh, I'm sorry. Let's pass turn back here. I got talking. The piercing damage. So, so in addition to that, looks like they're on a unicorn package. Blue-white, it should be a fun matchup. Alright, so we do get the link for Armoro here. Let us, so opponent has 1 left. I'm going to try to clear base here. Okay. We will get into shields with the gun tank. Tall geese into shields. Unless they have something crazy, I believe this link should cap off the game for us. And as we can see, we still, you know, starting our test, we did still hit 1 Corsica base, but the deck seems to be working okay. So let's throw it back in and get another test. Alright, we're back for game 2 with Blurple. So this is the post-ban list after losing 2 of the Corsica base. We did okay round 1, so let's see how round 2 fares. Looks like we'll be playing second. Okay. Not a bad one. We got some good early game action, a little bit of ping. Mikazuki pair up here. Hopefully get some draw. And if we see an Amuro, we'll be looking really good. Okay. We'll just pass here. Okay, on Minerva base. Might be looking into some of the new ZAF stuff that's just came out this weekend. Did a pre-release yesterday, or the release, I suppose, yesterday for the structure deck. It's pretty solid. So I think here, then we will pass it on back to them. Appears they're playing the purple-red version, so they may have some ping here for us. There we go. So let's see. let's go ahead and get, let's get out of Roselle and just keep it aggressive here. We can go ahead and get white base in play. So we pick up a show resolve. Let's see. Invest a little heavily here, but I do think we want to stay aggressive. And if they do wipe our board, we can always wipe base next turn. We've got our blockers. We're still waiting on a link for our for Gundam, but we do have show resolve to kind of refill our hand. So we got another Minerva here. Okay. Clears white base. Takes care of the Roselle. Sets up a good play for our gun tank though. So let's go ahead and clear this. And then got 4 to work with. Yeah, ping, so I think we go ahead and attack the base. I'll put it to 1 so we can swing into it to clear it easily next turn. And let's just go here. Okay, so we see a Lupus and another show of resolve. Not bad. Coming in with the impulse. Cool, cool. Okay. Actually, we're filling our graveyard pretty well for our Lupus here when it's time. Alright, so first, let's clear the base. And then 6 to work with total. Let's do here and get the Roselle out and get ready for swinging next turn. This is currently We have 2 units we can use to fuel Lupus in the grave. Swing into gun tank. I think we'll go ahead and block that so we can get a Lupus activation. Guess we'll give them a card back from the discard. Okay. We can shoot the Lupus off once. Cool. So what's the best way to do this? Let's attack into the opponent. Get rid of the shield, see what we get. And work with the most information possible that way. Cool, cool. And then seven to work with for we'll play a little bit less aggressively here. We'll put a ping here and go ahead and get rid of that. And then 3 left. I think I'd rather load up my hand. Let's keep the cards flowing. We got double Lupus now. Second Gundam. I do think we would like to block just to get rid of this so they can't pull another unit. Ping out our blocker here. So that puts us up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will work nicely. Alright, let's get into shields. Cool. Mikazuki. Ourselves and G-Quux. And then let's go ahead and get a Gundam out here. I think we're just going to go wide. And then we can follow up with that next turn. So let's get our attack in. There. Okay. And then pass it back. Take 1 second. Opponent hits into shields, pulls another G-Quux. It's still in blockers. much. Let's see what's in that last shield. Okay. Here. One, two, three. Check here. So go ahead and clear off that one. They're still swinging for 3 shields. And then in return, we have 3 to work with. Let's set up as best we can with another Gundam and pass it back. Hopefully we can see a base or something in here. Corsica's nice. So we still found it, even though we only have the 2 copies in deck. Morale in here. Take care of that base and do a little ping. One has 2 cards left in hand. And that'll do it. So we were almost there. I think there was probably some misplays on my part, but let's get on to round 3 and see how we do. Let's play first. Keep this. Okay, we found the Mika. Mikazuki pairs up nicely here. Let's see here. Looks like we may have found more of the Zaf list. I pitch purple, so we don't know if it's purple white or purple red. Alright, let's get our 2-2 out here to get it started. Okay. Go ahead and attack in here. Get started on the Minerva base. Then we can hold this for next turn. Don't really have a reason to play these, so let's get our white base up and going. And it rewards us with another 2-2. Cool. So we are running 2 white base in this list to replace the Corsica that we lost. And that'll take care of the white base. We've only seen purple cards so far today against the opponent here. So let's see, 2 health. I think here we can go ahead, clear Minerva base. I think I did sequence that wrong. I should have cleared here. 3, Mikazuki. Here and here. Yeah, I'm still learning this list, guys. I didn't play a lot of Blue Purple so far. It does seem to be a pretty fun list to pilot, though. And we drop our gun tank down here to finish clearing this off. We've got Gundam Amuro to kind of pull us through next turn. So, yeah, I enjoy piloting this. Like I said, this is game 3 in on this one. I've not really got a lot of rotation so far. I just kind of wanted to check it out with the B&R coming through, just to see what it's going to be like coming up in April. Okay, so they have a blocker for us. Coming in. Okay, we want to cut our draw off. Makes sense. Okay. So let's see what we have in shields before we drop our Mikazuki, or Amuro, sorry. So we're up to 5 resources we can use. Okay, so we did get the base. So I think in this case, I would rather get our blocker out here and just go completely wide for next turn. And then we have our Amuro, if they have anything, drop down to kind of block us out. But he'll also boost the field when he comes in. Ooh, now that was the problem with going wide. Okay. Show resolve. We get a second Gundam here. We're up to 6. Let's clear that base. We'll let him swing into us if he wants. How many? 2, 3. So we can fire off Lupus once when it comes in. He's going to take our Amuro here. And getting a blocker. Nice. Let's put some damage on this guy. And we'll pass the turn back. Another base here. Yeah, so we will have to be more cautious about going extra wide for no reason against this deck with the field bump there. So So in this case, just have to prepare for the attack next turn. We want to go ahead and swing here. See if they'll give us the base. Okay, so that will set up at least one shot for next turn with this lupus, I believe. My count's that off. 1, 2, 3. Cool. Okay. We're at 9. Got no blockers, so just start getting in here. Okay, and then swing to opponent. Alright, that's game, guys. So we go 2 for 3 today. I think this is still, you know, a completely solid list minus the 2 Corsica base. It is, you know, this is a Blurple version that's tuned a little bit more towards the mid-range as opposed to just completely aggro. Like we've got the NT1s in there, we're running 2 of the lupus. Some of the lists are cutting those completely to be more aggressive, but I think it's a nice top end for the deck. And I think this deck still has plenty of legs going into the new format, so definitely one to keep an eye on. But guys, thanks for watching, and we'll be back for more videos later.